This video will help you to create your spirals on your crystals and gemstones. So gather your pliers and your wire, and I will help you to achieve your spirals. So find the center of your wire by joining the two ends together of the wire, about 1 meter of wire. And in the center, grab your round nose pliers and wrap your wire around 3 times to create a hoop at the top. And then twist your wires together to lock it into place. And then we have the hoop at the top of our wire. So grab your crystal or gemstone. This is a piece of black agate. It's a slice. It has a drilled hole in the top. Probably the easiest thing to practice your spirals on, with something that has a hole in the top to hold your wire in place. So we pop the wire through the hole, and I'm wrapping around the hoop at the back just so that I can get both wires going down one side of the agate. So take the wires down the back of your crystal or gemstone. Make sure it's flat across the back, and then bring the wires to cross each other in the center at the front. And once you have it crossed in the front, just twist the wires. This is one of the easiest ways of getting your spiral. So you twisted the wires together, and then you can wrap the wire around itself in a spiral. So then we bring both the wires around that twist we made in the center with the 2 wires crossed over, and then you can create a spiral because it's locked in place. So just wrap both the wires around itself to create that spiral. So that's the easiest way to do it. Just twist the 2 wires together that have crossed in the center, just twist them together, and that will hold it into place, and then you can wrap the wire around to make that spiral. Okay, so that's one way. I will show you another way of doing it, and I'll also show you how to, if you've made a mistake and you need to take the wire off, I'll show you a way of being able to straighten your wires so that you can use it again. So you can purchase these. They're a pair of pliers. I call them wire straighteners. You can purchase them on Amazon or eBay, and they just have bits of plastic in, and you just pop your wire in between and pull it tight, and that will straighten out your wire, and then you can use your wire again. So we'll just straighten these kinks out of this wire with the wire straighteners. And then we can use this wire again. So I'm going to use the same wire that I've just straightened. To show you again how to do the spiral. So I'm just bringing both the wires down the back of the agate slice. I'm just going to wrap this around so that I can get it down the back. Make sure everything's flat and tight across the back of your gemstone. And then bring both the wires up over the front and cross them over each other so that both wires are on a diagonal, and then you can wrap the wires around each other so it's kind of like they're hugging each other, and then you can start your spiral. And making sure the wire is attached to the other wire, and then you can start your spiral. It takes lots of practice, and you will get the hang of it the more you practice. And the wire straighteners are really helpful because it means you're not wasting wire, and it doesn't matter if you make a mistake because you can start again. So that's two different ways. You can either twist both the wires in the center, and which is the easiest way because you know that it's locked in place. The hugging way of doing it, when you make the wires hug each other, sometimes the wire can slip. You can misjudge it. But with practice, you will get the hang of it. You can use your pliers to straighten out the wire if your spiral gets misshapen. But the easiest way of reshaping is making your spiral tight and just pulling the wires tight together. So grab the wire that's misshapen and just pull it tight with your thumb on top, and that will straighten out your spiral. Okay, so that's another way of creating your spirals. I'll just show you again. So you can undo your wire and you can straighten your wire so that you can reuse your wire. You could try using some material in between some normal pliers. It doesn't have the same effect because you can't squeeze it as tightly as you can with these. These aren't very much on Amazon or eBay. They're not very much to buy, but they are very handy in the beginning days when you're practicing because mistakes will be made. And wire is quite expensive. So this piece of wire has been straightened a few times. So it's not straightening out as well as it did the first time, but you can still use it. A very good pair of pliers to have in your toolbox. So we'll find the center and I'll show you how to do a spiral. I'm just going to do a quick hoop at the top. Just so I can show you how to do these spirals. Okay, so we need to take both wires down the back of the crystal. So I'm going to wrap this around so I can bring it securely around the back, so it's all locked in place. And bring the wires down the back of the crystal nice and tight, and bring each wire on a diagonal so that they cross each other in the center. And then the easiest way to do this is to twist them together. So twist them together, and then you can start your spiral. And that's the start of the spiral. So that is hooped round one of the wires nicely, so when you do your spiral it all stays together nicely. So just keep circling around, holding all your wires in place, and bringing the wires around in a nice spiral. Perseverance, patience, and practice. So you can hold the spiral in place, and I find it easier if I put my thumb on top of the spiral, and that holds it in place. And normally I would cover the whole spiral, but in this video, with my thumb, in this video, I'm trying to show you how it's created, because it's difficult to see what I'm doing. So again, I'm using the straighteners to straighten out the wire. And then I can reuse this wire again. So I will show you one more time, and we twist the wire together so that it's wrapped around each other, and then you can create your spiral. And then you can move both the wires together around the spiral, which makes a neater, flatter spiral. And let's show you again. Twist the wires around each other, twist again, and then you can create your spiral from there. So that's the easiest way to begin with. And then you can create your spiral. And this is where I put my thumb over the top to hold the spiral in place. And then you can get your spiral, because the wire will just stay in place underneath your thumb whilst you're spiraling it around. So I hope that helped. Happy wire wrapping. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye bye.